Hello, Sally Henderson, high stakes leadership mentor and creator of The Real Method. Delighted to be bringing you chapter 7 of 8 in my free series for leaders stepping into the role of CEO for the very first time. Today, I want to talk about a really important subject, something that I think gets overlooked and misunderstood all the time. And it's this: why you as a first-time CEO should actually eat first and not last. There's this belief out there that yes, leadership is about service and about being there for your people and putting their needs first. Couldn't agree more with lots of that. However, I believe you can only do that really well when your needs have already been met. Because to be a CEO takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? It's a difficult job. That's why there's not loads of people doing them. They take commitment, resilience, high performance, talent, confidence, downright stubbornness sometimes to get stuff done. That means you've got to feed and fuel your needs so that then you can be giving to other people even better. Because when your needs are met, when you've eaten first, you are so much more able to focus brilliantly on building and looking after the needs and development of others, and therefore to deliver on what you're there to be a CEO about in the first place. That's not a solo effort, it's a team effort. Build you can then build your team better in my book. Let's just look at the world of elite athletes for a second, just to build on this point. You never hear people saying, an elite athlete, be they an individual or a team, should put their needs last. Because if they did that, they wouldn't focus on what they're brilliant at. In fact, the opposite happens. An elite athlete, you have a whole dedicated support team only focused on making sure that athlete is primed for utter peak performance, because that's what it takes to excel in a competitive world of sport. It's a very competitive, often sadly cutthroat world of business. Why on earth, therefore, would we say to leaders, you should eat last? Put everyone else's needs before your own, and then you can look to you. Not in my book. When you feel good, I believe then you can perform better. And that takes people looking after you. It is a lonely place as CEO. It's true what they say, lonely at the top. It is stressful, it is intense, as much as it's exhilarating, hugely rewarding, and a great sense of achievement. So if we want to set you up to transition brilliantly into your first ever CEO position, something let's not forget you have never done before, then surely that's going to happen better with the right support, helping your needs be met proactively and not letting you stress out to a point that then and only then do you ask for help. And it is not a sign of weakness getting support. It's a sign of strength, knowing even what your needs are in the first place. And that's an interesting question for us just to look at for a second. Do you, as first-time CEO, even know what your needs look like? Who will then be best placed to give them to you? How do you want that approach to work? And what does success look like on the other side when the ROI is paying off because you're eating first, your needs are being met, and you are growing, therefore brilliantly as a leader, therefore able to help others to another level? Give you a few examples. Now, I tend not to attract the clients who want to work with a purist coach because I'm not a coach. A coach is there to not give an opinion. They're there to facilitate you going on your own journey of self-discovery. My clients do not want to do that. Nor do they want a traditional mentor, somebody who's been in the job before you and is bringing technical advice or very subject-specific advice, because a mentor won't coach you. When my clients work with me, a high-stakes leadership mentor, they get the best of both worlds. They get the coaching muscle to help support and facilitate, but they also get honest, very straight talking, targeted advice and opinion about my subject area of expertise, which is you and your leadership needs and development. Sometimes clients like to work with a counsellor. It's a different level of need. It's a personal or psychological problem that needs a specialist skill set to work through. Or sometimes clients are looking for a peer support group where for them to feel they're developing proactively in their role, eating first, they're going to do that with like-minded people going through similar situations. And sometimes to get your needs met from a development angle as a new CEO, it's interesting to cherry pick some of those options, or perhaps something completely different. You are all unique after all. But do be aware, don't get overload. There's a danger of having too many people supporting you. That specialist team for that elite athlete all have a very specific role to play with clear specialisms, clear boundaries that come together to get that high peak performance. Do you know what your team's going to look like to support you? Because it's unlikely all the support and growth you're looking for will only come from one place. Now, often when a client is looking to begin this journey and you've become a CEO for the first time, you don't actually know what your needs are. A, it's a new gig. B, you can't read your blind spots. And C, have you even got any time or permission to look at this proactively? So in my previous chapter, we looked at how to avoid the sinking sand of role creep. And to do that, I shared a tool called the SKE Self-Audit. Please go back to that or go look at that video if you're looking to get clearer understanding of where your key development needs actually sit. So that will then inform you on the right squad to pull around you to support your needs as you're going through change and growth. There's another tool I'm going to share today, which I think will also help you in understanding how to set yourself up for success as a first-time CEO because you're looking after your own needs proactively, putting yourself first so that then you can you can then look after other people even better. And it's the 5-word reveal. Now, often what people struggle with is actually coming up for breath in the role of CEO, to even take a moment to think about how you're experiencing that world, how your emotions are working for or against you. But we've all come across that angry leader, haven't we? Where it's really obvious they're not having a good time. Equally, we've all been kind of just lifted by that leader who has such wonderful positive energy, you can't help but be inspired. That comes from emotional awareness or lack of awareness, either way. So to help you get fast emotional insight for yourself, but also you can use this tool on your team, therefore identifying your development needs better, it works like this. I want you to write the 5 words that best articulate how you're feeling on average about being or becoming a first-time CEO. Go from the gut, just write them down. What do those words look like? And once you've written the words, reflect, make sure they're accurate. This is not a PR exercise. And then add percentage weightings. So all those 5 words add up to 100. So you can see, okay, where are my dominant lenses? Which emotions am I feeling most acutely? And what does that tell me? If you have a negative emotion, perhaps it's anxiety, we need to look how to change that to perhaps it's excitement, because the stress systems are very similar between anxiety and excitement. It's the read that the brain takes and therefore your reaction to it that makes all the difference. Now, this stuff is not the easiest to work through independently, but once you've got an understanding, use this framework I'm gifting you, it will help hopefully guide you a bit more towards what kind of support are you needing to look at what's going on in your world, because now you understand it better. Those 5 dominant emotions about your world of work and therefore what your lens is. Sorry, it's nothing like a dog coming in when you're doing a video. I'm not going to re-record this. The last thing I want to say is that this is not a sprint that you're going through. This is a CEO journey. This is an experience that will go through different stages. It's more of a marathon. That means to put your needs first, you're going to need different help and different people and different approaches at different times. I'm not a fan of rolling engagements, which just fall into, let's be honest, a bit of perhaps of a lazy habit, checking in with a coach or a consultant or a mentor. When I work with my clients, we work to designated blocks where we're tackling certain situations, certain themes, certain needs, so we can be reviewing and really quantifying and qualifying how we're making progress, how that leader is growing, and how ROI is really landing in the business and in the individual and therefore their team. So again, just take a moment to think through your journey and think, yes, what kind of support will I need at different times? Because that's a way to be more informed and more accurate. So, dog interruption aside, I hope this series is helping you in getting to grips on how to thrive in the role of first-time CEO. If I can help you in any way, you know I'm here. It's what I love to do. And also, please do share this series. It's here to support people in critical roles through times which are by no means easy, under my belief that we truly are better together. For the last chapter in this series, we will be looking at the 3 traps to avoid when the stakes are high. And I can't wait to share that with you. Thank you for being with me on the journey so far. Do get in touch. Let me know how this is working for you, and take care for now. Bye.